The Philippines should recognize China's resolve and capabilities in defending territorial sovereignty and maritime rights, as demonstrated by a series of control measures taken by China in response to Manila's provocations over the South China Sea issue. The self-directed drama staged by the Philippines ultimately amounts to nothing more than a one-man show that fails to make any significant impact. On Wednesday, the Philippines deployed Coast Guard vessels, official ships and fishing boats to intrude into Chinese territorial waters around Huangqindao. The China Coast Guard (CCG) responded by enforcing control in accordance with the law and regulations. CCG spokesperson Liu Dejun said. After a ship-ramming incident, the Philippine Coast Guard released video footage of the incident, attempting to discredit China's legitimate enforcement actions through maliciously edited scenes. However, China swiftly clarified the situation. As Liu stated, it was the Philippine official vessel 3003 that ignored multiple stern warnings from China, made a sharp turn, reversed and deliberately rammed into the CCG ship 3302, severely threatening the safety of CCG ships. The Philippine side, acting provocatively, was the party at fault, Liu said. Since the Ferdinand Marcos administration took office, the Philippines has consistently provoked China in the South China Sea, emboldened by its perceived support from the US. These provocations have become a troubling pattern. The Philippines often ignores warnings, engages in deliberate collisions, and then portrays itself as the victim. In contrast, China has responded with reasonable and restrained measures, effectively thwarting the Philippines' schemes. Overall, the Philippines' provocations in the South China Sea have proven unsuccessful. While the US has made a few vocal declarations of standing with the Philippines, it has not provided substantial support. Nevertheless, the Philippines, buoyed by these empty promises, mistakenly believes it has the backing of the US. This misperception has led the country further down a misguided path of provocation. Facing the Philippines' repeated provocations, China's response has been reasonable, restrained, lawful and effective. Moreover, China's tools to safeguard its territorial sovereignty and maritime rights are becoming more diversified. On November 10th, in accordance with international law, the Chinese government delimited and announced the baselines of the territorial sea adjacent to Huangqindao. On Monday, the Chinese government deposited to the United Nations the statement on the baselines of the territorial sea adjacent to Huangqindao and the chart. China has consistently maintained its own rhythm and pace, demonstrating confidence and composure in managing South China Sea affairs. Experts believe that, in the short term, the Philippines will maintain its confrontational stance against China. However, these provocations could only lead to one outcome. They will inevitably end in failure, proving to be a series of self-inflicted humiliations. Furthermore, many countries in the region do not endorse the Philippines' provocative actions. They recognize that the US seeks to stoke regional tensions to rally them against China. This agenda runs counter to the region's aspirations for peace and development. The Philippines' self-directed drama has grown tiresome, with its impact diminishing over time. Ultimately, the Philippine government will have to face up to the reality. Regional countries generally do not support its actions, and the promises of external powers are nothing more than empty rhetoric.